Wake County recently welcomed its 1 millionth resident, which means that the county continues to burst at the seams with the development of new homes and businesses. One of the Commissioner's board goals is to balance controlled growth while preserving open space for residents to enjoy. Commissioners recently received an update on the most recent acquisitions, Robertson's Mill Pond, Turnip Seed Preserve, and Proctor's Farm, which are all located in eastern Wake County. The Open Space Program's goal is to protect the county's water resources while providing natural areas that citizens can enjoy for decades.
Open space can be a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Our program seeks to protect land, preserve land throughout the county for a lot of different reasons. Some of it for passive recreation, others for wildlife habitat and wildlife corridors, scenic views, historical sites and structures. So it can be a lot of different things. Since our program's inception in 2000, we have either bought outright with county dollars or partnered with the local municipalities, state of North Carolina, the federal government on about 120 properties across the county, just over 5,000 acres that have been preserved so far. The benefits of the open space program are multifaceted. I like to hope that there's something for everybody in what we're trying to do in preserving this property for the future. Some of it we hope to open up to the public so they will be able to enjoy it for passive recreation, but it's also protecting the water quality on a lot of our stream corridors. It is protecting wildlife habitat and corridors, which makes Wake County a neater place to live, a nicer place to live, being that we have these green spaces throughout the county, and it's not all one big developed area, but more of a patchwork of green and development that work together. And we really thought, and the county commissioners agreed with us, that it would be good to allow public access to some of this property, not all of it, but some of the property lays out well for public access, and there are interesting features on the properties, stuff that I think people would like to see and be intrigued about. So we selected 3 properties out of the probably 120 that we have either bought or purchased outright, and are going to open those for public access hopefully within the next year. Those 3 properties are the Proctor property, Robertson's Mill Pond, and the Turnip Seed assemblage, which is actually 5 separate properties that were all contiguous. So Robertson's Mill Pond is a really unique habitat for Wake County. It is a habitat that's more reminiscent of eastern North Carolina, a lot of big cypress trees, a lot of black water. So you would think you were down east somewhere paddling, canoeing or kayaking at Robertson's Mill Pond. So that's why that particular property was chosen. Proctor property is one of the biggest properties that we own. When we purchased it, it was the single biggest acquisition we had ever done at almost 600 acres. And so we're really looking at Proctor for equestrian trails. There's active farming going on there. We have an agricultural lease on the property that's been in place since we purchased it. And so we would like to use some of the farm roads that are already existing. So we're not going in and cutting a lot of trails and doing a lot of development at these places, but we are wanting to open them up to the public. Turnip Seed, which is the last property, or the assemblage of 5 properties, lays out really well to hiking. There's a lot of different habitats. There's big rock outcrops. There's a lot of riparian, beaver ponds, and so there's a lot of wetland areas that are kind of cool. So I think people will really get a kick out of walking around, hiking around there. So there's a lot of different reasons for wanting to open these properties to the public, but I think the 2 that come probably to the top really quickly is, first off, that people want to get outside, want to enjoy the natural beauty that's Wake County, and we're just affording them another place, a different place to do that. We're very lucky in this area that there are a lot of parks and greenways for people to enjoy, and these are just going to be more offerings more opportunities to get outside. The other thing I think is important to mention is that the citizens of Wake County have made a significant investment in all of this land. Since 2000, the citizens of Wake County have approved 3 bond referenda totaling $91 million that has allowed us to buy this land. And so I think it's important for the citizens to get back some of that investment, and opening up these properties and getting them out there and able to enjoy them is part of that.